For the sand casting, we first need to eliminate all the possible rocks that are inside of our sand. Now we add a ceramic that is going to help in compacting the sand better. Then we add some water in order to compact all the sand. After that we start putting sand in our mold in order to give the shape that we want. Also we add some mold release in order to make it easier when we take out the piece that we use as an example. We need to make a mold for part A and for part B. After we have both sides, we need to put in our molds the sprue hole and the riser. The sprue hole is where we are going to throw up the molten aluminum, and also we need to add some bends to make pulling part faster, but also to get our piece without some imperfections that we don't want in our piece. Now that we have waited some minutes for taking out the pieces, we just destroy the mold and we get our part in aluminum. After doing the casting process, we take out all the sand and also we put it into water to make faster the cooling part. Advantages and the disadvantages of molding in green sand. The advantages are that it is a simple casting process, lower production cost, and you can have a lot of production if you have an automatic molding process. But also there are a lot of disadvantages. I mean, there are more casting defects. You have a bad surface. Also, you don't have good tolerances because the dimensions that you get from the sand castings are really bad.
In your casting process, you can have many inevitable problems. So that's why the degassing process is necessary. You can have many bubbles that can create many other problems to your product. So the degassing process eliminates all those gases to prevent those problems. You can perform this process by changing the pressure of the area that you are working.
While casting, you need to make a hollow piece, and you cannot uh, reach that if you only use a mold and melt metal inside. You have to insert inside the mold a heart or a male mold in order to make a hollow piece. For example, if you want to make like a piece of when you need to make a pipe, for example, you have to insert like a male mold. For example, a piece of wood or a piece of another metal that don't melt. For the process in sand casting, you can find that the piece can present some cavities or gas porosities that occurs because of the shrinkage. What it means that you have to put 7% plus the material you put it because of there in the piece presents a little holes or something like that, of some imperfections that you can see physically. So to prevent that, you can use a riser that it consists in the mold, put a little bit more material from gravity. The piece it have to be improved those imperfections that you will see if you don't get that solution.
First, we calculated the volume and the area in contact with the mold of the two pieces. Then for part B, we knew that it took 20 minutes for solidification and from there we got the constant of the mold that was equal to 0.1613 minutes over square millimeter. Then we passed to part A, where we also knew the volume and the area, and we calculated the time of solidification with the constant of mold that we just get. And we got a time of solidification for part A equal to 37.48 minutes. For me, this practice was very amazing because creating a piece of aluminum from nothing was really interesting. I think the sand casting is very important for us, and understanding this process fully is what makes us mechanical engineers. Yeah.
Well, I like too much this practice because we saw the phases that involves a casting process. So this is something very common in the industry. So also very useful to create an, mechanical pieces that need to have specific dimensions. So it's very useful.
Conclusion, I think sandcasting is a very important process in industry because you can do many type of pieces, tools, or a diversity of tools that you wanted. Also, is a very good aesthetic, and I think it's a very good process for us that in industry.
Practice, in my opinion, it's very important to us like mechanical engineers. For example, in the industry, we will be in contact of this technology and these methods a lot. Any complex part or any metal part may be associated with this method or process in order to make a good product.